are moving, folks. This month is just a rough one.
I'm wearing a tank top to match yours.
Thank you, babe.
Look, we're matching this morning.
You look good. Super. We're just.
I don't have on lipstick. I don't have on lipstick.
We are running and gunning. I mean, it is
I was about to say the same thing. We think alike.
crazy, stupid month
Yeah.
of travel. It's just nuts. But in a good way, we're very blessed. We are healthy. We are happy. We have work, and October really chills out for us. November really chills out, except for filming a special. And December.
I was like, does October chill out? It doesn't feel like I'm looking over at Lori like with the calendar. I don't know.
I have 2 weeks off in
October.
October. Two full weeks. I have the week of Garrett's birthday off.
So it chills out for you, but not for me, because then you're home. So then there's more going on. That's how it works.
Do you guys have no idea how I feel when she says things like, "It's so much better when you're gone"?
No.
Like that's basically what you just said.
No, that is not what I just said.
It chills out for you, but not for me, because then I have you in the house.
Then I have
Essentially what you said was, when you're gone, my life is better.
No.
That's basically what you just said.
I did not say
Yes, you
it's
did.
better.
Check the comments. Check the comments.
I think
We'll
a
find
lot
out.
of, as I chew and talk at the same time, I think a lot of women can relate to what I'm saying. Like when it's just the two kids, I can boss them around. I can put them to bed and say lights out. I can't do that
And
with
that's
you.
exactly why the kids like me more than you.
I can't say Steve lights out.
Can we get another light? What is that? What is that box?
No, it just got moved.
No, that box. What is that?
Oh, yes, to replace this one.
We got another light?
Maybe that one's like, I put it back together every time I use it.
It's,
Janky.
oh, you motherfuckers. I'm so over both of y'all. Fired, everybody's fired. Anyway, so I guess there's another light. Jeez Louise, there is not a day.
It is on you. I can make you dark if you want.
I don't care. There is not a day that goes by that we do not get multiple boxes. Not one day. We literally played.
It's like I'm not saying anything because it's true. That's correct.
We literally played what's the actual retail price in the living room before we walked in here.
Because I got a great deal. That's why.
It's a trick.
I got a really impressive deal. Well, it was basically 2 for the price of 1, so that's why I bought 2.
Why do women not understand?
Understand what?
That
tell me what women don't understand.
They're always on sale. Everything's on sale.
Yeah,
because that's how they get women to bite. They put a stupid, ridiculous price tag on it to basically give you retail.
No, you are not telling me anything I don't know, Steve Trevino.
Now, back in the day, you were the queen of Macy's coupons. You loved having Macy's coupons, and I would show you.
You used to be able to stack. No, I know the
I would
price
show
I'm paying
you
for
because
stuff.
you would look at it and be like, "Look, babe, 20% off," and then the 20% off was essentially what I could find it at regular price somewhere else. They're tricking you. It is a fucking trick.
Yeah, but if
it
it's
is a
better
psychological
quality
trick.
or prettier or something,
It is a trick, and women fall for it every fucking time.
I know that if I wait till after Thanksgiving, after Halloween, what is left of Halloween will be marked down to 60 or 70% off. That is a bargain.
Which is actual retail price.
No.
Yes.
70% off is not actual retail price. 70% off is like what you pay if you ordered it off of one of those websites that ships from China.
Occasionally, yes, you do get a deal. But I would say 80% of the time, it is bullshit. You do not meet women that go, "Oh my God, I paid full price for this." Never. Because the shoe people, the purse people, the clothes people, they all know that you women fucking bite when they think they got it on sale.
Okay. It's like...
True or false?
Well, some people, but I know what something should really cost and what I should pay for it, and I legit know when I'm getting a good deal on it versus when I'm not. Yes, I do.
No.
You are the one who has no idea because you don't have the patience to wait till something goes on sale. So you walk into a store and you're like, I need this now. I'm taking it. And you walk out with it.
Because men shit is priced appropriately.
Oh, that's not true. It's the same.
It's the same with weddings, dude.
It's all the same.
Anything that they can mess with women's emotions, they use. If it's a wedding, wedding flowers are double. Wedding food is double.
Sure.
Wedding decorations is triple. A wedding photographer is triple. It's all bullshit.
Oh yeah, but wedding photographer, you don't want happens one time and it's done. If you don't have
dude,
a good photographer to grab it the minute it happens.
Back in the 90s, you sat at your table and there was a disposable camera. You grabbed it and they said take all the pictures, and all the dudes took pictures of their balls, and so that way when they you didn't know that.
Can you actually? I wonder if you
take
took
pictures of your balls? Yes, you can.
No, but like if I showed up with a disposable camera at CVS or Walgreens or Walmart
is there
photo, would they even be able to process it anymore for me?
I'm sure somewhere. Maybe not Walmart.
They have to mail it out. I wonder where they do that anymore.
Who knows? That is a good question. But yes, back in the day, and then you would take pictures. But anytime they anything that is women emotionally attached to, they charge triple.
Well, the 2-for-1 mirrors I got look beautiful, so there you go. You're welcome.
So I was right on the price then. I did get the price right.
Huh?
I did get the price right.
I know I told you what I paid for them, which was a bargain. And then we needed one for each above each bedside table, so I got 2. Can't just have one and not the other one, Steve.
Every day,
it's the rule of symmetry.
Okay, it is what it is.
You will not win this one.
I never
not
win.
With me or in the
because
comment.
our audience is female. Our audience is 70% female. So yes, I will never win. You know what? It's funny because it is 70% female. I win 30% of the time. That's about how much I win. It's 30% of the time.
That's funny.
Anyway, this was not the topic that we were going to talk about.
No, not at all. What were we going to talk about?
Well, I'm so happy to have done the Allegan County Fair.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that.
Yes, it was definitely a interesting situation.
So it's in Michigan, right?
It was in Michigan.
And we kept saying it wrong the whole time. Is it Allegheny? Is it Allegan? Is it Allegan?
I think it's
How do you say
Allegan. I got to tell you, dude, it felt like Gregory Portland.
Yeah.
Yes, it was very down to earth, very small town. I loved it. I loved being there. I did not know what to expect. Now, the issue was that Nelly had performed, or was supposed to perform.
Is he the one that sings, "It's getting hot in here"? That's
her,
Nelly, right?
And her.
Okay.
It's getting hot in her. Get it right. I don't know how you spell that, but that's how it is. So Nelly was supposed to perform. For whatever reason, his flight got canceled or whatever. His people called my people and asked if he could make up the show on my night, and then I would open for him. And I tried to be as accommodating as possible.
Well, you kind of don't. I mean, you kind of don't have a choice. Like, let's be honest, right? Like when you
I could have said no.
Everyone's doing it out of courtesy, but like
I could have said no. I absolutely could have said no.
You think anyone would have?
Oh yeah, I think 90% of comics would say no.
Yeah?
Yes. I said yes because I would want somebody to do the same for me. Now, I don't think many people would do the same. And I probably get brokenhearted when I go, well, how come I do it and nobody else does?
Sorry. Just so you break down the business of it for me. So if you had said no, then the fair would have had to have refunded all of those people for their tickets. They probably still had a guaranteed amount of money that they had to pay Nelly that they were out.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think it's very complicated. I think because he didn't show up that he probably had to forfeit some money.
Oh, I didn't think about that because he wasn't able to make it there because of flight on his part.
Yes, so he's obligated to be there too, and he didn't make it. So I don't know. The point I'm trying to make is that, I pride myself. And hang on, it's Johnny real quick. Hey, buddy, right in the middle of the podcast, Johnny Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man,
We might as well put you on speaker.
Johnny always calls during the podcast. Johnny should just be like our call-in guest.
Well, I feel bad because we have him on. We have him on the pod. He has COVID right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's not doing well, Johnny.
You got it bad, Johnny?
You know, last night was bad. It started on Sunday, and it just felt like a chest cold and a cough. But then last night, man, the fever and the coughing I was up all night. I didn't really sleep last night at all. So,
but I told him he actually sounds great.
I heard a little in his chest.
I mean, his voice is definitely different,
Yeah.
but this is his first time to get COVID. He's a rookie.
Oh,
First timer. We got a first timer. Yep.
You're not a petri dish like our family. I think I've had it 5 times.
oh my God,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah. So I was telling Steve, I thought maybe I was immune to it at first because people all around me were getting it and I never get it, but
That's crazy.
Crazy.
finally got me. So,
Well, I know you're calling back. Are you going to be able to do the gig with me?
well, I'm going to tell you my situation. I think it's doable. So just call me back when you're done.
I will, brother. Give me about an hour, and we'll hit you back and get it all worked out.
Yeah. Because I wanted to ask your opinion on it, and either because I might have to drive instead of fly, but I'll let you know what the situation is.
Okay, 10-4. I'll call you back.
All right. Take care, guys. All right, see you.
Johnny's the best. And so funny. Gosh, he's so funny.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh, so anyway, Nelly, I did it because, I try very hard to be as nice as possible.
Yeah.
I try very hard to accommodate. I try very hard to, and I also think of I want longevity in my career, and I want people I feel like everybody goes up, must come down.
Oh, I was going to say, what does this situation have to do with longevity? What's the connection?
Well, because if you're shitty to people on the way up, then when you're on the way down, they can't wait to go, no, we're not booking that guy. Fuck him. Right? But if you're on the way down and you were nice and you were kind and you were accommodating and people go, you know what, we love Steve.
Yeah.
And we'd love to have him back. He's not selling as many tickets as he used to, but you know what, we love him. And he helped us out once, and he was a good guy, and so that's kind of the attitude I have towards it. And I was like, sure, yeah, no problem. And it turned into a shit show because my fans were upset because they then had to take away the seated chairs and make it general admission.
Well,
and then if they wanted to sit, they moved them back to the back. And then Nelly's people were upset because some of my people wanted to stay in the VIP area, and then they weren't able to put their. It really was a complete shit show. So me again trying to make it all work and trying to be accommodating and trying to also let the people know that bought tickets that I truly cared about them.
Yeah.
My decision was, hey, let them all know that I will do a full meet and greet. I will meet everybody that wants to meet me in person. We'll take a picture together, the whole thing. So flew into Grand Rapids. Drove my ass to about 45-minute hour drive to Allegan for the county fair. I did not get to meet Nelly. Nelly was asleep in his tour bus, and then I did meet his road manager, and he's got an old school, forever friend road manager.
Yeah.
Who's a little older, super nice guy.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed talking to him. He was so proud. Like I love when I see pride in parents' faces. Because he was so proud to tell me that his daughter is at UT right now.
Oh, cool.
And he just had this glow about him and very sweet guy. But he was like, oh, you're from Texas? My daughter's at UT, and you could just tell that he was so proud.
Yeah.
To have sent his daughter, to a major university, right? So then we talk, we hang out. I end up meeting another guy, and
from Nelly's team,
young guy, chatting it up with him, really cool dude. Turns out that's the road manager's son.
Oh, no way.
And super nice guy, went to college, himself, wants to move to Nashville, was asking me about San Antonio. I mean, just really cool dude. So I'm doing the meet and greet, and then Nelly goes up. So I don't get to meet Nelly. Nelly goes up. Well, that Abby's son, the road manager's son, is the backup singer and rapper with Nelly.
Oh, no way.
And I'm like, holy crap. Like, dude, this kid's awesome, you know?
Yeah.
Didn't get to see much of Nelly. Hauled ass because we had a 10-hour drive to Minneapolis.
But you didn't finish. How was the meet and greet with the people?
Amazing.
Like how
amazing. And
they understood. They weren't upset.
Several of them said thank you for doing the meet and greet. They still were upset.
Yeah.
Definitely still like, hey, this sucks. You know, thank you for doing this. But we wanted to sit down and watch a comedy show. We're all huge fans, and we didn't get it.
Yeah.
And we could care less about Nelly, a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, different fan base.
But the booker and then the people that run the fair from the county were just overwhelmingly appreciative that I was accommodating.
Yeah.
You know, and we kept it super, super simple. And she was like, oh my gosh, you're probably the easiest talent we've ever had to deal with. You were so again, trying to do the right thing. And you know, if people think that people don't talk, people talk. You know, people from other counties are going, hey, how did Nelly work out for you? How did Steve Trevino work out for you? Right? Yeah. They're gonna tell them, oh my God, Steve's easy peasy, great show. You know,
but you don't think it also then makes it hard for you to sell tickets there again because people will be a little gun shy?
I mean, maybe for the fair.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. I mean, it was really down to earth. The people were it really reminded me of Gregory Portland.
Yeah.
A lot of, you know, farming and rancher country folk type, you know, love doing it. And I hope to come back. I did get a text message from Nelly, and Nelly was like, hey, it's Nelly. You're super hilarious. I've been watching your TikToks. Thank you for accommodating me. So I also thought that was nice for Nelly to then reach out.
Yeah.
And he goes, man, I hope to meet you in person, see you on the road, you know.
Yeah.
I thought that was really class act for him.
Yeah.
To reach out, you know.
Yeah.
And by the way, I didn't realize how many Nelly songs I knew. There's a lot of them, right, that he does. So super cool show. Got my ass to Minneapolis. Amazing show. Amazing people. Amazing theater. Didn't get to hang out.
I was going to say, I saw the postcard of the theater. It was so pretty. Garrett was asking, he's like, Mom, where is this? And I was like, Dad, because I gave you a gift basket and it had postcards in it. I said, that's where Dad performs. And he was like, oh, whoa, that place looks cool.
It was awesome. And then off to Louisville, Kentucky, which I had never done Louisville before. You know, so really cool little town. Like really cool town. It's part of the what they call the Bourbon Trail.
Oh, I don't know about the Bourbon Trail. What's the Bourbon Trail?
So the Bourbon Trail is American whiskey and bourbons were made from Tennessee through Kentucky. Right, where all the bootleggers were and all the
So it's a bootleg trail essentially.
Kinda, yeah, where all these bourbons and whiskeys are made, right? And of course, it's home of the Kentucky Derby, which I've been telling you I want to take you to.
Yeah.
Derby's out of this world for men and women. The outfits, the whole thing, you know. And then I got a little Louisville Slugger baseball bat that had my name on it. So, you know, me being a baseball lover and of course Garrett and I loving baseball together, man, to bring him that bat with my name on it, like, look, my name's on it, you know. I mean, of course, because I'm little, it was a little one, you know. It was a little bat, but...
you set me up for that one and I didn't hit it.
Yeah. You never hit it, girl.
Wow.
I don't miss one.
I don't like the little bats.
That was good. Good job. Good job. But you're stuck with one. So it's you better learn to love it. So it was a great weekend. It was exhausting with the travel. You know, absolutely exhausting with the travel. And then today, you know, the reason that we're running and gunning and the way we are is because today I'm flying out this evening. Actually, in the next few hours, I have to get on a plane and head out. But excited.
And I got Halloween decorations to put up.
Renae, it's getting nuts, dude. What
do you mean?
We have so much.
It's getting nuts.
It is getting nuts. It is. You were at a point to where it was like, okay, this girl's extra. Now you're at ridiculous. You're at ridiculous. I honestly think you need to do a video on your TikTok or Instagram Those of you that aren't following
You
Renae
know,
on Instagram,
okay, you make it sound like we're one of those houses that like has all the stuff like the pirate ship, the ones you see on TikTok. We're not like crazy
every
like that.
single room in our house has Halloween decorations.
There's no Halloween decorations.
There's one right there. There's one right there.
Because I'm waiting to put them up.
There's one right there.
Because I'm
So
officially
don't-
waiting
don't-
till
don't
October
give me your
to
shit.
put it up in the podcast.
I think you
studio.
need to do a video and show everybody and ask, ridiculous or not ridiculous?
Oh, you know what? I'm working to keep Halloween classy because Halloween can very quickly go over into kitschy territory. And
Oh, it's fucking
I don't
kitschy in this
classy
mother.
is the right word, but I'm working on keeping it pulled together.
It is absolutely ridiculous. And we can we stop buying shit? Please, honestly, I think we did good this year. Let's
Yes.
put the brakes on.
Yes.
It is.
We are borderline on too many tubs for storage. Yes.
We're done. I have a container. We call them sea cans. Some of you know what they are. They're the train containers. Are the containers they put on the back of 18-wheelers. So if you can imagine, when an 18-wheeler drives by, all that cargo space in the back, that's what we have. We're out of room. And all it has is holiday decorations.
No, that's not true. You know what? We actually need to clean it out because when the casita flooded and we had to redo it, the guys just put everything in boxes and put it back there. And there's like body wash and shampoo and that's like melted and crusty from being in that
That's
shipping
one
container.
box.
Like there's a couple of those.
It is full of decorations to the point where I might have to buy another shipping container.
No, we'll edit. I will edit. Not we will. I will edit.
It's ridiculous. Lori, is it ridiculous?
It's beautiful.
But ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
No, but
I'll let the people decide.
you know what? We'll
Well,
ask,
no,
we'll
and
ask
then-
the ladies when they come over tomorrow.
No, and then what even sucks more is that I have my employees going, I'm stressed and there's just so much going on. It's like, no, motherfuckers, you guys are decorating for Halloween. That is a luxury. That is not we have to do it.
No, but
there's just so much going on, and I just can't, and it's just, and we're stressed out, and there's just shit, and it's like, well, yeah, you're stressed out because you decorated every single room in this house like it's a fucking department store.
We're trying to get it decorated.
Which, by the way,
because-
all I'm saying is does it look cool? Is it awesome? Yes, it looks cool. It is awesome. I don't mind having it because our house looks really cool. What I do mind having is the bitching.
You're the one who bitches because there's spiders and spider webs and
I didn't
stuff.
bitch.
Like, yes,
No.
yes. When,
No,
when we're trying to put it up.
No,
you
I'm
complain.
talking about I don't have time and I'm busy. I'm like, no. You are busy because you want to be busy and you are busy doing something that is aesthetic and that doesn't have to be done.
I am hosting something tomorrow night.
Tell everybody what you're
and
hosting.
so the goal is to have the
What are you
house
hosting?
all decorated.
What are you
for
hosting?
that. I invited a bunch of ladies over because I am collecting costumes for foster children in our neighborhood. And you would be
I'm proud of you.
so surprised to know how many foster children there are. And Rebecca, who used to work for us, said that, or Rebecca, who does work for us, used to work for a children's facility, and she said they gave them $10 to go shopping for Halloween costumes for each kid. And
How
she's
many-
Like, what do you buy for $10?
How many women do you have coming over?
I think I've invited about 50 people, but I've said, gently used because our kids wear them for 3 hours and then they're done with them. So gently used or new costumes. So I'm hoping to get a lot of costumes. I really am. I know that we have like 5 used ones and I bought some new ones. So
Look, I'm so proud of you. And I'm so happy that you're doing that, and it is amazing. And yes, I'm happy that our home looks amazing, and it does. But let's just stop. Let's just slow down.
No, but my thought was like, come see all these beautiful Halloween decorations, kind of like at Christmas time. They do the parade of homes.
We're like a department store.
I know the parade of homes, and people buy a ticket. And
We're
they go
like
look
a
at all the
department
pretty
store.
Christmas decorations.
But with that being, I'm really proud of you that you're doing this because I think that the older you get and the older that we get, that I call it party with a purpose.
Yeah.
Right? Like, of course, get your girlfriends together and hang out and have drinks. Yes. But it's more responsible to have your girlfriends come over and party. And in addition to having a get together
Yeah.
and to party together, to do something.
Well, it's
You
a lot
know?
of work to plan and host. And so if I'm going to
that's
do
what-
it, I want it to be, for a good cause.
That's what Helicopters for Heroes is for me.
Yeah.
Like, here's a weekend that I get to have a boys' weekend, hang out, have a good time, have drinks. I'm not booked on the road. I'm not Steve Trevino, the comedian.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it responsible because I'm also raising money for veterans.
Yeah.
So I would encourage people that as you get older and you do events with your friends, your family, to put things together that also benefit other things. Party with a purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
I just want to be like a fairy godmother and like sprinkle goodwill here and there, wherever I can, whenever I can.
No, I think it's great. And the crazy part is that, I don't know if you remember this, but I don't know, probably last year on this podcast, we had a bigger conversation where you were like, look, I'm glad you do Helicopters for Heroes. I want my own thing. And remember, and you're doing it.
Well, I'm not, like I said, not necessarily my own thing, but just I want to be able to sprinkle where I can
put your energy towards something that you care about.
Yeah.
Not that you don't care about veterans,
yeah.
but that's my thing. Something that is your thing.
Yeah.
So it has been really special to see you kind of take the ball and really run with it. We did the Mother's Day podcast where we were able to raise, I think, $25,000, if I'm correct, for the foster kids and foster home, New Braunfels Angels. And then for you to continue to kind of do things throughout the year like this, it's special, and I'm proud of you. And I think others need to hopefully get inspired. I hope other people go, you know what, I'm gonna do one next week.
What I really wanted to do was we decided we were still going to go ahead and collect the costumes because this is the first year we've tried to do it. But what I really wanted to do was to partner up with a pumpkin patch. And the goal was to collect the costumes early in the season. And then at a local like fall festival pumpkin patch, be able to invite the foster families to come and essentially shop.
Pick out their stuff.
Yeah. So the kids felt like they got to shop for their costume. And they could do the bouncy house and the face painting, and we'd have a photographer take beautiful family photos of them in the pumpkin patch, that kind of thing.
They have no family.
No, they're foster kids. No, one of the foster families. You were so awful. At our podcast, one of the foster families said we get
families.
Yes, said we get these kids for a little bit of time, and then they go on. I don't know why you think this is funny.
It was so
dark.
What was
the joke?
Because it was so fucking dark. Because you go, so they can have family photos. I'm like, no, the point of these poor kids have no family.
No.
That's why
but the foster parents said we don't have pretty
that was
photos
funny. I don't care.
mark the kids.
I understand.
Time with these kids.
I understand, and I'm completely I'm kidding, but it was funny.
You're seeing how comics are sick, dark, and twisted right now. That's what you're being privy to.
We are sick, dark, and twisted, and that's why I'm trying to be a better man every day. I'm trying to do things better. I'm trying to be better because I wasn't always the best, and I was, in my opinion, not a good person a long time ago. And I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to genuinely.
You're trying to teach your brain to tell your mouth.
But that was fucking funny, dude. That was funny. No, I'm excited for you, and I'm interested to see next week on the podcast to talk about if it was a success or not.
No.
I would like to show more pictures on the podcast. I really would have loved to, shown the pictures of the panty party. But you did do a TikTok, and are you going to put it on Instagram?
Yeah, I need to put it on my Instagram too. I like Instagram. Instagram is where I like to share stuff, but I know TikTok is the thing. I'm trying to do that.
Can we also talk about you coming on the road this week?
Yes. Yeah. So
the only thing I want to do is Universal Studios with the kids. That's the only thing I want to do.
You're leaving tomorrow, but then I'm hanging back. I'm hosting this event, and the kids are in school. So then the kids and I are flying out with Grandma Dora and Grandpa Art so that we have babysitters while we're there. I'm coming to Irvine, but we also have producer Rick is going to meet us there.
Oh, he is coming after all. Rick's coming.
Yes.
Yeah. And your management team will be there because it's SoCal.
And Netflix people and network people and
set designer that we haven't met.
And NFL Network people are coming.
But lots of getting ready for the filming of the special. So I'm coming out to watch the set. Hopefully get some video recordings of the set.
I think
to work off of.
I think I want to talk to Mike, but I think Mike has the audio.
Sweet.
Cameraman Mike has the audio.
Cool.
So I know that I think we can get it from him. But
Okay.
we were Renae and I are actually, the reason she's dressed like this is because we have been trying to work out more often, and we do try to work out together at times.
Yeah.
And
Skeletons took priority this morning.
yes. So we're after this we're gonna go work out together. But I enjoyed the topic, and you completely ignored me yesterday. But one of your trainers on the Peloton, that's what sucks. I'm working out while she's listening to fucking Peloton. Which, by the way, if you're on the Peloton, please come and beat Captain Evil. Somebody took Captain Evil, so
I am Renae with an A.
I am Renae with an A because
Peloton,
which
is my Instagram handle.
We agreed that her Instagram handle was a pain in the ass to remember.
So we thought we'd put it on Peloton.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and put it on Peloton too.
But I did. So on Peloton, you can hashtag. So if anyone is on Peloton, I am hashtag. They can be Team Captain Evil. If I want
there
to
you go.
Be Team Captain Evil.
But so I have to, while I'm lifting weights and getting this body in perfect condition, Renee's doing the Peloton, and then I always have to listen to the freaking girls on there like pumping them up. Come on, girls, get those vaginas in shape.
That's exactly
what they say. But I really found the one that you were using yesterday interesting, and she was talking about like, nostalgia stuff and how she felt as a kid, and and I think that would be a good topic for the podcast. And then you literally didn't even acknowledge me as a human.
Asked me, because you asked me about my first crush or my first boyfriend or something, and then it started to get a little awkward. So I just was like, I'm just gonna keep pedaling.
Well, no, because she said she goes. I love this song because it reminds me of my first crush. And then I asked Renae, I was like, do you remember your first crush?
Yeah.
And it was crazy to me that you didn't have a crush until junior high.
Yeah. I remember like boys having a crush on me, and like at homecoming they buy you a mom, or they would buy me flowers, or they would ask if their mom could drive us to the movies.
Those motherfuckers dodged a bullet. God, they dodged a bullet. They'd be so broke.
They'd have a shipping container full of holiday decorations.
And containers and labels and okay.
No, but
it was crazy to me.
I don't remember. I didn't actually have a crush on another boy until like 7th grade.
Lori, first crush?
Gosh, I have no idea.
You don't remember?
Not really.
No? For me, it was like...
Maybe Kurt Cameron.
Kurt Cameron? But there
Did
was
he go to rehab? What happened to Kurt Cameron?
Oh, no, he's Mr. Religious. But, okay, so that's a TV crush. That's different than like...
Real boy I go to school with.
Because your TV crush, I think you told me, was Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh, he was everyone's. What was that? There used to be that
Home Improvement
magazine. No, but it was like called Teen Beat or Heartbeat or something. And he was always on the cover of that magazine.
And you were like, ooh.
Yeah, he had like longer hair. It was like a thing, this long, thick
well, for me, it was like, I remember first grade. And I don't want to name any names because most of the people from back home know everybody, so I don't want to be that guy.
Everyone knows everyone.
But I just remember like having that feeling, like she'd come around me and I'd be like, like uncomfortable, like I don't know what to say. I feel different.
Yeah.
First grade. Well, and so Garrett's in 2nd grade, and Garrett's first crush was first grade too. So my question is it
really crush? I think you say it was his crush, but I don't know that.
No. It was. It's so funny to watch. So I went to lunch with him, and his crush, and I don't want to say anything. I don't want to embarrass anybody, but I know her father, and her father happened to be eating lunch with his daughter when I was there to eat lunch with Garrett. So we get in the line, and then her father with her goes, "Hey, Steve," and then gets in line with me. And then Garrett turns around and sees her, and he's like, "Hey." He completely changed and got uncomfortable, and immediately here's this kid, Garrett, who is super confident, super witty.
You think it was because she was with her dad?
No, it's because it was her. And she's like, "Hi, Garrett." And then Garrett was like, "Hey, sometimes I play baseball." He didn't know what to do. And then I remember, my nieces, my sister Victoria's daughters are absolutely beautiful and amazing girls, and they're all cheerleaders and the whole thing. And when we lived at the other house, remember, our neighbor's son, so the girls were in the back in bathing suits playing water balloons. So they came over to play water balloons with us, and he shows up. and he's talking to me, and he's like, "Hey, Mr. Steve," and blah blah. And then the girls come over and like, "Hey, you want to play?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he turns around and sees these girls, and he's like, like, I mean, you could see like him fucking just change immediately. So I don't know if it's different for boys than girls. Do boys have crushes younger?
I don't know. Yeah.
But if you were to ask your junior high self, would your junior high self be happy with your life now?
Would my junior high? Yeah. How would my junior high self not be happy with my life now?
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
I have a shipping container full of holiday decorations.
Well, no, but in your head in junior high, the way you pictured your life, would it be this? Because you didn't want to be.
I would say high school.
You didn't want to be a mom.
Just high school me.
You didn't want to be a mom.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to be a mom.
You didn't want to be married.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to be married.
You didn't want to have a heart and a soul. But you got all those things. And I think that's a very different path. That's a very different path, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, I came from a small city and I moved to...
It's not a city.
From a small town. I came from a small town and I looked at the map.
We came from a village.
Where's No, it's not a village. Where's the furthest I can go? And I went to New York City.
It's in my short...
I thought maybe I would have stayed in New York City. Had I not met and fallen in love with you, I think I might have stayed in New York City.
I don't know if you fell in love with me. Or you were like, this is my way to get to LA. I'm going to use this guy.
You believe that?
No, I don't know.
I was like, oh my God, that's terrible. You've never said that to me before.
No, I'm kidding. Look at you blink your eyes.
Because that's awful.
I'm kidding. I don't know. No, but again, if you were to go, okay, but that's the thing about being young. Like, it's different for me because I have literally had my path in my head.
Wow.
The whole time. Thank you, Miss Lori. The whole time.
Yeah.
Like I envisioned it. Now I will say that I pictured it differently.
Yeah.
I pictured I'd move to LA. I'm super talented. I'll be a big star in no time. Like, yes, I pictured it differently.
You told me at one time, there's a couple times you've articulated to me that you, in your head, sometimes thought you would have moved to New York City instead of LA.
No, once I learned the difference, I wished I had moved to New York. Growing up, I just thought LA.
Yeah.
Right? So then when you watch comedy shows, everything was from Los Angeles, California, so-and-so, right? So I didn't know that there was a scene, if any, in New York. And all the comics that I was meeting, 90% of them were LA comics. Yeah. So I didn't really meet. And to me, LA comedians, all they care about is being famous. Yeah. And New York comedians were, more gritty, more simple, t-shirts and jeans. They wanted to be comedians. Yeah. And what I mean is that I think I would have fit in more. And as crazy as it sounds, the New York comics were more working class. And then the LA comics were more, if you look at a New York comic, they're wearing usually lace-up boots, jeans and a t-shirt. Right, your Bill Burrs, your Louis C.K.'s, your Big J. Okerson, like all these guys from New York, Ray Romano, they're all very blue collar-ish.
Jeans and t-shirts. Yeah, I remember college going into the Comedy Cellar and it was all jeans and t-shirts. Yeah.
You go to L.A. and there's men in their 30s dressed like they're 14. They're literally dressed like they're 14 years old. And I think I would have fit in more in New York, right? Yeah. So my vision and my path and what I have become, it has changed and it has, moved. Yeah. It is exactly, but I would say that your path changed.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Very different than.
For sure.
Because you were like, I'm going to go to NYU. I'm going to go to acting. I'm going to be on a TV show. Yeah. I'm going to be in the movies. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. And that didn't happen.
No. Well, actually, I was pretty certain when I graduated I was going to go to USC. Like that was the school I had visited, and I flew out there to audition and everything. And then there was no record of my audition. There was no paperwork that had anything that I had showed up in person and auditioned. They had no record.
Well, that's because you didn't have parents paying for your admission.
So I got accepted to the school
Right.
for my academics, but not into the theater department because according to them, they just didn't have record of it. And so I got accepted to NYU, and my theater teacher was like, "You got to go to New York. Like that's the place."
We shouldn't
to go.
just say theater teacher because she's a legend, and that's Miss Charlotte
Yes.
Brown.
Yeah.
But look, I have learned so much about women, about my respect for women.
Yeah.
Through you, and I honestly believe that it is so hard to be a woman.
Yeah.
It is so difficult to be a woman, and there's so much that come along with being a woman versus being a man, and it's like
I feel like more than
especially Hollywood. Right. And you being a Latina,
yeah,
everything was, I mean, I remember feeling so bad for you trying, because you don't speak Spanish well.
Yeah.
And them constantly sending you out on Spanish auditions. Yes. Constantly.
On Spanish commercial
And
auditions. And me just wanting the audition so freaking bad, trying to like stumble through it. It was awful.
And then,
awful.
No agents would talk to you because, well, we already have a Latina, and then, well,
my teacher said, because my last name, before
Right.
we got married, my maiden legal last name is Smith. And they were like, "Oh no, you're not going to get called in on all the Latina auditions. You have to change your last name." So like going through the process of, I was Smith. Oh no, I'm going to use my grandmother's last name because that's Hispanic. And then being like, why am I doing that? Because now I'm only getting Spanish speaking auditions. Like that's not what I want.
Well, no, but then they would say,
as Renae Smith.
But they would say, well, you are Latina. So there is an agent that he's the Latina agent.
I ended up with a Hispanic agent who represented a lot of Hispanic talent.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's hard. And then on top of that, coming to a town and, having to flirt and having to be the pretty girl. And, and I always talk about that. Like,
that's not me.
That's what I mean.
I just I'm inherently, it's just not me.
But it's hard.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, is there...
I'm an ice queen.
Is there issues in Hollywood where men are toxic? 1,000%.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I would even say that I was part of that. Men are toxic. You
Yeah.
know? I just wanted to get laid. I just, I
Yeah.
was... But I lived there. Women in that town and in this business were just as toxic as the men.
Well, you and I talk about that's why
Just as toxic.
When we started watching Entourage, I was like, that's the only thing I don't like about Entourage is later on in a couple seasons they get some strong female characters, but like just a bunch of hoes.
The only way I had a chance with girls in LA was when I walked off stage. That was the only time, and that beautiful women would talk to me when I walked off stage.
Yeah.
If I walked off that stage and had a good set, it was amazing. The girls at the bar, at the Comedy Store, at the Improv. Oh, who's your agent?
I was going to say, but do you think it's because they wanted something from you, or do you think it's just because talent is sexy? Because talent is sexy. It's attractive.
No. I think it's both. Yes. I don't disagree that talent is sexy. Yes.
Yeah.
And being funny is a that we call them chuckle fuckers. There are chuckle fuckers out there.
Lori just rolled her eyes at you because that just makes me think of like a jolly old man. Like,
that's what I am. But no, the women in Hollywood.
What does that say about me? That's where my brain goes.
You're a chuckle fucker, babe. A lot of laughs on this podcast. No, the women in Hollywood were just as toxic, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends.
I used to hang out with several stars, if you will.
Yeah,
they're my friends, still my friends. We don't see each other as much, but they're my friends.
Yeah,
I can't tell you how many times. Of course, this was before you. we would leave one of those fancy nightclubs where you had to be on the list, right?
Yeah.
And
the long line, and there was a velvet rope.
And there was nothing but rich people, celebrities, and beautiful girls.
Yeah.
That's who the fuck goes in those places.
Yeah.
Right? If you're an ugly girl and you're a dude that doesn't have money or fame, you ain't getting in.
Yeah.
And I would get in because the Comedy Store, comics, friends, celebrity friends, we'd go to these clubs, we'd be hanging out, and me and somebody else would be talking to a girl about, hey, what are y'all doing after? And no, we're not doing anything. We're not, what are you talking about? We're like, well, we're going to go have drinks, blah, blah. And it was no, 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 no. And then my celebrity friend would show up and be like, hey, ladies, what are we doing? Oh, well, where are we going? And we're going to hang out. And the way that they would fucking switch when it was from talking to me and my buddy to that celebrity. And by the way, at that time, not even that big of a celebrity.
Yeah.
I would call him at that time. He's an A-lister now. He was a B-lister then.
Yeah.
But he would show up, and as soon as they saw him, it was, where are we going? What are we doing? And what changed?
I don't know. I can't answer
right?
that question.
The only thing that changed is you saw somebody that can do something for you. You're just as toxic, right?
Yeah.
So that was another reason that I needed for my soul and for my life to find you, because you changed my life. You have made me grow as a man and understand and respect women even, more so now than I ever had. Then you had a daughter in my life. That respect for girls and women went way up again, right?
Yeah, with Delilah.
Oh,
that
my
little
gosh.
girl's killing me.
Oh, she's something else. And I love that she's exactly like you. And you guys are having it out. And it's hilarious to watch. I can't deal with it.
It is not hilarious to watch.
It's funny. Yeah.
It is not hilarious to watch. That's a whole nother podcast.
That is next week's podcast. We have wonderful sponsors. Aztec Chevrolet in Beeville, Texas. We have Uvalde Chevrolet in Uvalde, Texas. We have Aztec Ford in Goliad, Texas. Goliad Ford. So please, there is a vehicle for you. Give us a chance. We will actually go to your house. We will deliver. We'll do whatever it takes to earn your business. So please give Aztec Chevrolet a chance. We just got one of the GMC Hummers.
I was going to say, you were showing me pictures.
Oh, my God. That thing is gorgeous. Everybody's been looking for it. We finally got one.
It's an electric Hummer. Do they all look
GMC,
like trucks like that?
It's a GMC Hummer, yes.
Okay.
It's a GMC Hummer combination vehicle, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And we have one. So if you are the person that is dying to get one of those, we have one, and we're going to sell it. We all made, I asked them, I want to sell this thing. What are we doing? They go, look, we're selling it at a fair price. We're not pulling one of these. You got to pay an arm and a leg for it. We're going to sell it at a fair price. Yeah. So if you're looking for that vehicle, we have it. Old Salt Coffee. Anybody that comes to the house and has it. Arturo was here last week.
They're taking our bags of coffee with them when they leave.
Contractor Gabe, he's ordering the coffee. It is not cheap. It is not expensive, but it is not cheap, but it is delicious. And I think for the value, you're getting an amazing cup of coffee at home, so that you're not spending that
it's really
$4, $5. Coffee snobs like it. Pick Cherries. Download the app, please, and thank you. We love our friends at Pick Cherries. We miss Stu.
Yes, I know we haven't been to Florida in so long.
We miss Stu.
We got to catch up with him.
But Pick Cherries, please. The only way to listen to podcasts and have fun and share clips. So with that being said, yes, ma'am.
Mention the bogus ticket sites, please.
Oh, Miss Lori is telling me to let you guys know. That's another thing. Like you don't realize all the shit that comes with all of it.
Yeah.
My sincere apologies that I am not at a level, number one, to control what is going on with Ticketmaster. I'm not bad-mouthing Ticketmaster at all, because they are absolutely trying to do what's best for the artists. However, we're getting these flex ticket prices, and it's making things difficult.
It's dynamic pricing like the airline does.
Yes. And the other thing that I want to mention is that if you are not buying tickets from my website and the actual venue, you have a very high probability of getting scammed.
So on your website, they can't buy them on your website, but on your website,
we send you to the
official ticket link, the official ticketing site for the theater or wherever.
Yes.
Which is sometimes Ticketmaster. That's the theaters decide who they're going to partner with for their ticketing site.
Oh, and then last night, and God, we're going too long, and we're going to be so annoying to Rick. I love you, Rick. Last night, Renae and I, at the end of the night, we put the kids to bed and we have a moment. And then we usually choose something to watch. We had been watching Yellowstone and we pick something and we watch it at night. Entourage lately we've been watching. And then the new movie, A Million Miles Away, came out, starring Michael Pena. And, I watched it because I am Mexican-American and I want to support the Mexican-Americans in the industry.
All these beautiful ethnic faces on the screen.
And
behind the camera.
Yeah, behind the camera. And I got to tell you, gosh, I don't want to sound like a puss. I cried twice.
Yeah.
It was absolutely moving.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
All the actors are great. All of them.
I thought the story was well told. Mm-hmm. I thought it felt authentic.
The script moves.
It felt authentic.
Yeah.
It represented the Mexican American to be hardworking, and driven.
And not hokey.
And appreciative of this country.
Yeah.
It was. I really highly recommend that you watch it. I also, if you have a preteen or a teenager, I think it's a fantastic movie to watch.
Yeah.
And not to make it about me, but I'm about to make it about me. One of the reasons I was so emotionally attached to it is because I have gone through the same struggles. I picked a career like he did that is highly unlikely for me to succeed.
Yeah.
And fought my ass off, worked my ass off. He did it with his wife, backing him up.
Yeah.
I did it with my wife backing me up, which again goes back to how it's so very difficult to be a woman because because of all the obstacles you had to jump on ship with me. And that is very humbling. Yeah. And I appreciate you for that. And she did the same. Yeah. In this movie. She did the same. So the story of this man and his journey to getting into space and becoming an astronaut was very similar to mine. There's
not taking no for an answer.
Not taking no for an answer and continuing to figure it out and get better. That's another thing that I really appreciated about this movie is that he didn't keep going, I keep applying, they keep saying no. His wife sat his ass down and said, well, why are they saying no? He goes, well, these other guys, they have their pilot's license. And she's like, well, then go get your pilot's license. Yeah. Well, these other guys have diving, credibility. Well, then go dive, right? So he continued to better himself and put himself in a position to then present himself and go, look, I keep applying, I keep getting better. I keep applying, I keep getting better, right? Yeah. It's just a beautiful movie. And I really, really hope and pray that you take time out of your day or your evening, watch this movie because in my opinion, it was one of the most beautiful movies I've seen in quite some time. Yeah. I like biopics.
You do.
That's why I like Oppenheimer so much, you know. But this one just truly hit home for me. And the teacher that saw something in him and encouraged him.
And you know what? I love that because when you and I were watching the movie, I said, I wonder how true to life the teacher storyline is. And then we saw something where he's doing an interview and he was like, no, that teacher was by my parents when I went up in space when the launch happened.
So, and that's another thing too, to all those teachers out there. And I've said it before on this podcast, you have no idea how much influence you have. Yeah. You have no idea that you can truly change somebody's life. Yeah. In bad or good. Yeah. And I've said it on this podcast. I've had bad teachers. I've had good teachers.
But I also think that's why it's so important. Like, you say that to teachers, but also to parents. Like, let's remember, let's support these people. Let's support their families. Like, let's help them and encourage them because, gosh, I'm just dealing with Delilah. She's 1 and it's hard. Can you imagine a classroom of 25? Yeah.
So please watch the movie. Highly recommended. I had fun with you today. It was good.
We didn't fight. Well, we did. You talking about my bargains, but it's okay because I'm still gonna keep getting bargains. So
they're not bargains. They're not bargains. It's bullshit. I gotta go. We love you guys. Thank you. Good night.